Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it is time for me to pot all of my tomato starts and my pepper starts. You can use both drinking cups or solo cups. This is how my last pepper potting is doing. These are my jalapeno peppers, and look how good they are growing. I think I started them too soon because they look like they're ready to go out into the garden, because this is how my other peppers are doing, and they're getting almost to that close. I have done some research, and you can actually have your pepper plants be put down deeper into the soil. So that's what I can do with these. My tomato plants, look at them, they're all growing quite well. I overseeded these and haven't had the opportunity to do this, and they really need to be up-potted. So today will be the day that I up-pot them, and I'm hoping to utilize these little containers to up-pot them with, and then I can actually use the side of this container to write down with a permanent marker what the variety of tomato is. And I do have 9 different tomato varieties here that I am doing, so we'll see how this goes. But I will no longer be able to use these trays to hold on to my plants, so I'll need a bigger tray, but that's okay. We will figure it all out. But come along with me as we up-pot these tomatoes and pepper plants. So it looks like Ponderosa pink. I'll be the first one I do. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to show you. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, I think. So they're growing here. And you can actually see their roots are growing right down through the bottom, which is okay. There is 4 tomato plants. And I know they look leggy, they look long, but that is okay. Actually, look at, there's a new one right there that grew. So I do have 5. And I take one of these little pots, and I should have actually spread it out in a better way here. Here, I'll use this container to do it on top of, because I'm going to separate these roots. Ooh, they have a lot of good roots growing, but let's separate them. There they are. So now I've got one. I'm going to take this container, I'm going to put a big hole, deep hole in here. I'm going to put that right down into the bottom, and then I'm going to fill this up with soil. Now, I just got a little tiny tomato plant, and hopefully it'll bounce back. They were leggy.
You can see the first 2 leaves, and then it has 2 true leaves.
Here's the solo cups. I've also got them ready. As you see, I've already got the 4 holes in it as well. It's a much deeper plant, and of course much bigger than this one, but this works really good. And so will this. And I think I'm going to put some of my peppers into these containers, but I'm going to show you how to do the tomatoes as well. Now I've got a couple tomato plants that are really, really tall with deep roots. So with the solo cup, I filled it up. And I'm going to put my fingers down, and don't go all the way down because you've got to have space to let those other roots kind of grow into. And you're going to let those go down into the center. And you'll see this is going to come up right to the top. There is one of my little tomato plants. So now this is going to be able to grow for another 4 weeks in here as well, if not longer. We're at the last week of April. I'm going into here, and we won't be able to plant these out until the last week of June, May, or the first week of June. So this is going to be able to continue to grow for that length of time in these containers. And this is also going to give all these tomatoes a chance to thrive. This potting soil is the Pro Mix potting soil, and I have sifted out bigger particles in this one as well, which I find helps so that these roots have a chance to grow without having anything blocking it. I'm going to show you what to do with the smaller plants. As you see, this one's just got its first true leaves, and I'm going to actually bury it deeply down into this cup because it'll continue to grow out of this cup, and I can continue to add soil to this cup as it grows. So it'll grow up, and I'll be able to add more soil to this container. So that's what I'll do with the smaller tomato starts. So that was my Ponderosa pink. So I'm gonna put this in here in one of the containers so I know which ones I've done already. And we'll go on to, all right, my Ananas Noir. This one I actually put in, I didn't realize, I thought I only put about 5 seeds in. I have probably about 7 of them growing in one little container. So I will try and see if I can get them to come out. And I did put some vermiculite on top of these to prevent them from growing mold, which worked out well. There we are. Look at all those roots. We've got a little one growing that I didn't know was going to grow. And then we have way more than we need here. But let's separate them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in one little cell, which is probably not good, but they will all survive and grow well in these containers. Because look how tiny that little spot is. Grab your soil. My soil in the container. Dig my fingers down as deep as I can without going to the bottom because we need a spot for the roots to grow. And you take one of these, you put it down in until you get to the bottom, and you'll see I still have quite a bit of space for that to grow in this side here. So we'll put that in there, and I will fill this with soil. Fill that in. And there we go. That tomato will last quite some time in this. And if I need to pot this, I can actually pot it into one of these as well later on. So let's just continue on. Next is my black Crim. Let's see how many. So the last ones actually grew 9. So that means I must have got 100% germination, which is good because I actually thought I wasn't getting that great of a germination, but I was. So this one looks like I've got 6 seedlings, but we will get through this. This will definitely all fit in those little tiny containers. Yes, I've got 6 perfect little seedlings. And when you are up potting, make sure that you are making sure there's no air pockets inside the soil, because you are creating that big pocket. And then I just kind of push it down in. It almost looks like a new little seedling. And there we go. And just continue to do the same thing. Black Crim. So I'll make sure that these ones are tagged now. You can reuse these containers for the following year. You just, when you pot them up, give these a good wash, just like you would any other cup, and put them together, stack them together, and save them for the next year. I'll do one up close for these two to see how I do this. Nice thing is actually bottom water these as well. And what I do to bottom water my tomatoes is I take one of my big containers, my big seed start containers, like the big huge black ones, and I put all of the plants inside, let it soak up all the moisture as much as it needs. And there we go. Fill it with soil. When you push your fingers down through the center, you're almost packing it in a bit. Got that deep hole. I don't know if you can see that. Take your seedling, put your seedling right down into the hole. So this seedling, I'm going to push it down in a little bit further. And then I take the soil around it to just kind of fall into place, creating it in center. So it's centered in there. And I still have about another inch of space to fill up the soil. So you see, kind of got it up there. And just pack her in. Now you can add vermiculite to the top of these to prevent them from growing any moisture. You don't want to get any mold or anything on top, so you can do that. I've never had any issues with my plants when I've up-potted them to make them deeper like this, growing any mold on top. I do have a fan that runs all the time back and forth onto my plants to cause them to get stronger as they grow. Next, the orange tomatoes. 6 of those as well. This was a gifted plant for me. Up next, my Kellogg's breakfast. These ones really needed to be up-potted. And we have 8. 8 in one cell. Oh boy. Up next, we're gonna do my peach, which my peach ones only grew 2. So this one will be the easiest one for me to do. Although there's only 2, they still had good root development. And look at that. A couple seeds in there that didn't even germinate, but that's okay. Wow, these 2 are holding strong together. There we go. We got their 2 roots. Up next is my paste tomatoes. And I did 2 cells for this. These are the Big Mama paste tomatoes. And it looks like I did 2 cells. It looks like I got an 8 altogether on those. I did find a gold permanent marker, so I'm using this to write on my containers what they are. Downfall is not easy to see, but I can actually see because they are shiny. As you can see on this one, I wrote peach. So in the light, you can actually see it, but it works. I'm using one of these Costco container lids as something to hold my tomatoes on. I'm going to use the solo cups for these ones because they are really tall, especially this one here. It's already folded over. That's what you get when it's trying to get away from the light. It bent over, but I'm going to put it all up to there with this solo cup. Next, we're going to do my, let's do the bush variety tomatoes. Well, there's 6 cherry. Those ones look tall. Bush varieties. I did 3 sections of the bush varieties, and I have had 9 germinated. So, I mean, I got 9 in one little thing and 9 in 3 things. So, and I'll just top them up, and when I top them up, they're going to be right at the root end, which is kind of nice. And last but not least are my cherry tomatoes, and I have, I think, 6 cherry tomatoes. Whoa, that definitely needed to come up. Divide these up. These ones were actually intertwined with each other. Here, trying to grow extra roots. And look how tall those are. Now remember, when you're up-potting your tomatoes, that you take off the bottom leaves that are going to be in under the soil, because you don't want it to rot under the soil, and then just continue to top it up after you take off those bottom leaves, and then that way the tomato will be on top. Alright guys, I'm finally finished up-potting all my tomatoes. I'm going to up-pot my peppers another time. It's taken me quite some time to get all of these done. I didn't realize how many tomatoes I had to up-pot. And I'll give you a total number. Of 8 varieties, we have a total of 59 up-potted. And that was a lot of work, and I will do the peppers later on. I've already got some up potted, as I already showed you, but we'll do that another time, maybe in a couple days. Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming along with me as I up potted all these tomatoes. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to continue on my journey for 2024, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and follow with me. Until next time, guys, take care.